Welcome to Doing Business with a Servant's Heart podcast. I'm so excited for season 2 and the great guests you're going to hear from, their struggles, how they overcame their struggles, their triumphs. Through personal and business life, I think they're tied together, and we're going to share great stories about that. This show isn't just about me. It takes a lot of good people working with me. Among them is my partner, H7 Network, and Clay Hicks. Building relationships, building community is the mission of H7 Network. They want to create a network of champions where everybody wins. Find out more at h7network.com. And we hope to motivate you, inspire you, and educate you through our show. Enjoy the show. We'll talk to you on the other side. Welcome, everyone, to Doing Business with a Servant's Heart podcast. This is your host, Steve Ramona, and I am extremely fired up today because I've had a guest on. I have a guest on today that I've been talking to the last couple of weeks. We just had an off-show moment, and she's energy. You want energy in your life, in your business? This is the lady you need to talk to. Jodi, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Steve, for having me today.
Oh, you're so welcome. Excited what you're going to take out and the golden nuggets you're going to send. Let's start with what you think about me is none of my business, my favorite phrase.
I absolutely love this phrase because what it does is it stops comparison. You yourself are your own worst enemy when you start to compare yourself with others. So what somebody thinks about you is none of your business.
I love that. We talked energy, and we had a lot of energy in our pre-show call or talk. How important is energy in people's professional or personal life?
Oh, it's really important. What's really key about energy is it's you. You are energy. We all have this energy within us. It's just how you express it. That's the difference. You know, for me, I went from my self-esteem being at a set point and my self-image building up to what it is that I truly want to have in life. I went from an employee mindset, being a reading specialist for over 22 years, to now being a business owner. And what does it look like? What image am I holding of myself to be a business owner? And I love what you talk about, a servant's heart. That's exactly what aligns with me for my business, is serving others.
Congratulations on starting your business, and we're going to be working together, so I'm excited the future. But what's the misinformation that people get about energy, and how do they misuse it?
So for me, the misuse of energy is the understanding that, or a misunderstanding that it's already within you. People think it's outside of them, so they blame circumstances for their problems in their life. It's actually within you. So it's taking ownership and responsibility for your feelings, for your actions, because what I've learned over the last few years, what you think and what you feel and how you act in life are either in alignment or in misalignment.
That's powerful. And so that leads to serving. What's your personal definition on somebody as servant leadership or somebody that serves?
Someone who serves is an individual who gives of themselves to another human being to elevate that person and to, that phrase, givers gain. I love that phrase.
Do you think people should take as well? Not as a giver, but there's both sides of the equation, right?
Oh, absolutely. And it's in your feeling of the way you're giving. Are you giving in a way that's you're seeking something in return, or are you just freely giving of your thoughts and your ideas?
Right. Well, let's jump into this Reiki. I'm fascinated about it. I know a little bit about it. Of course, you know a lot. This is your business. Let's delve into what you take a client like me and Reiki, and what are your goals with them, and what's the accomplishments you hope they receive? Well, they will receive, not hope.
Yeah, so as a Reiki master, it's an energy cleansing and clearing, and I offer virtual Reiki. Not many people are offering virtual Reiki. That's what sets me apart from other Reiki masters right now. And I'm really hopeful that this just takes off, that other Reiki masters will see the benefit of offering virtual Reiki. That way you're servicing more people globally rather than just locally. So the benefit of having a Reiki session is that there's an identified blockage within you, internally, that energy within you, and you're seeking to release it.
And you can get this done obviously virtually just as well as in person,
Oh,
like we're doing right
absolutely.
now. Okay.
Yes, just like we're doing now. Yes.
Who would be an ideal person that you want to work with?
An ideal person would be an individual who has blockages in their mindset. And what I mean by that is the sleepless nights. You're up worrying about the problems from the day before, and you're just constantly in this ritual or a habit, or ruminating is another word, of this thought pattern of limited beliefs. And you want to shift those beliefs in order to create growth in your own mindset. And when I talk about this, again, the self-esteem, that's how you feel about yourself in this present moment. And how do you build what it is that you truly want in your imagination, your self-image? You know, how is that possible? It's possible through your imagination. And a lot of people are not tapping into their imagination. And so I like to guide people in exercises of imagination tools. And yeah, I just love to talk about the magic, the energy you just can't see, but it's there. You know, you're sitting at a desk and you feel somebody staring at you. You turn, somebody's staring at you. That's the energy that I'm talking about.
That's way cool. And I love imagination images because that should be done in business, whether you're selling, presenting, whatever. And you talk blockages. My head went right to heart surgeon. We have blockages in our heart, and we
Yes.
get a rotor-rooter, get it cleaned out, and we're good to go. Is that similar to what you're doing, but in the brain?
More so in the what's called the 7 chakras that run from your crown, from the top of your head, all the way down to your sits bones where you sit. For example, one of my clients had left sciatic pain going on, and that it was attributed to a girlfriend relationship. One of her friends that she was in relationship with, they were having some miscommunication in their friendship. And so through the Reiki, we are able to uncover some of that, and she was able to communicate with her girlfriend.
So because the environment of this situation, there was a blockage in the chakra.
Yes.
I want to make sure I get this right. You unblock it and that pain goes away.
Correct.
That's amazing.
Right?
Man, I know a little bit about you, now learning more. That is wild crazy. So you can, so let's take, because it's doing business with a servant's heart, even though it's personal, professional. So you have a upper management person that's struggling. How can you help them?
So it depends on their particular struggle. Like, you know, I had talked about the ruminating thoughts from the day before, the stress from the day before. What about headaches? Let's talk about headaches. Headaches are 2 thoughts coming together, and this is the sign language symbol for a headache. You have 2 conflicting thoughts that come together, and you want to release that. So how do you release that? Most people will find medicine that will do that. Why not have a virtual call and be in a meditative receivership of Reiki?
Much better for your body.
Exactly.
Because medicine is not good for your body. So I don't get many headaches, but when I have one, it's usually tied to something happening in my life. And correct me if I'm wrong. That's what I'm hearing.
Yes.
And you come in, wow.
Yes.
So you could have a client that has issues with headaches. Next week, they can call you and set up a session because they're having headaches. You come in and do your Reiki and clear that blockage.
Exactly. And Reiki is the first step. Reiki is the awareness of what's actually going on. The coaching that comes after that, the one-to-one sessions, is where we work together. I facilitate a conversation, and that's the name of my business, Conversations with Jodi. I facilitate your people's awareness of what came through for them, what blockage came up, and show them another way of looking at it, a different perspective. I'm building within them their own schema. Schema is what our mind does when we hear words, when we put together thoughts together to create a belief, and that propels us to either move forward or stop us in our tracks from not moving forward. So whether you're paralyzed in making a decision or you're stuck in making decisions and you just don't know where to turn, that will, we work together collectively and create within you your own shifting of your own schema to create that schema for you to move forward in your life, in business.
So you're expounding, because I know other Reiki professionals, they'll do it and then walk away. Correct me if I'm wrong, but what I'm hearing is, hey, we've got the blockage, and they go walk away. You take it another step as a servant, which I so
Yes.
love, and help them with that. In this case, the girlfriend problem. Why is it happening? And take it even further. And that's sounds like extremely important to do, right?
Oh my gosh, because what people usually don't realize is once that blockage becomes revealed, what's really going on, then you start to see the decisions that you've made or thoughts that you have or feelings that you have. And when we speak, it's a mirror reflection of what we're thinking, which is really a mirror reflection of our own belief systems. And so if you're like myself, I found myself in a rut in my life. I wanted something different in my life. I didn't know how to change my life until I started to understand the thoughts that I was thinking created a feeling within me, which is a vibration. And then my body would either move or not move. I would either be paralyzed and falling asleep on the couch, watching Netflix for a few hours. Don't get me wrong. I love Netflix. I love watching TV and movies and things like that. Let me rephrase that. I prefer watching movies. I don't watch TV anymore because
Gotcha.
what you put in, what you're consuming is what you're going to feel. So I don't like watching, things of negative stories, or
Mhm.
I prefer to have the uplifting conversations.
I love that. So what I'm hearing, it's getting me so excited, because you want them to walk away and not have that problem again. Now down the road, we're going to have something else coming. You're going to be there for them. But what they come in for the Reiki, you want to solve that problem. Reiki and coaching, consulting, figure that out, and then Joe Smith walks away and he's good to go on that situation. But then you'll be always available if something else comes up.
Exactly, for sure. And
Wow.
what I discovered within myself is what I like to identify as traditional religiousness of life. There were certain patterns in my life that I was not aware of that were creating within me a stuck pattern, like a rut in the road. And I just
Mhm.
didn't see a way out of the rut until it was that this awareness came upon me that said, listen, there's another way to live your life other than these patterns. So how do you create new patterns in your life? For me, it was the discovery of those thoughts and patterns and shifting them, creating new thoughts, new patterns. And, it just completely shifted my life, my husband's life, our kids' lives. Like, just, it's a different way of living. However, to me, it's the way of living for me.
And it's making it through this crazy world.
Oh,
Which it
absolutely.
is. I mean, I know people, our parents said it was crazy, our grandparents said it was crazy, but it does help us get through the world. And it's something I learned yesterday about giving, which is serving, that the dopamines that are put out there giving are like addiction to drugs, but it's a positive one. Speak on that.
So let's give the analogy of Christmas,
Mhm.
right? When you're giving somebody a gift that they've been wanting. So let's take us back to our kids, or when you were a child and you had your list, you wanted this, let's put a bicycle. You're at the age of 8 and you want this bicycle. It's this beautiful bike, blah, blah, blah. And it's not that just the receiver of the gift, it's the person actually purchasing what it is that the person wants. So it's that serving of giving somebody their heart's desire, but you're not really giving it, you're just providing it. They're the ones that are attracting it. They're the ones that are setting that intention out there. You're actually just the one that is aligned with being of the giving of the item. And it's not even just items. It could also be, energy. It could be a word of advice, a piece of advice.
Absolutely. I agree with you. Because people say, oh, I have to give money to the homeowner. No, there's values in many different forms, and
Oh,
giving's many
absolutely.
different forms. Um, so when you do Reiki, or somebody has this blockage, this chakra blockage, if I'm saying it right, is it going to be hard for them to give? Can you, when you unblock them, maybe they can give and serve better?
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
It's not only just giving and serving better, it's an alignment. For what I recognize the blockage, it's really stopping them from doing what they truly want. That's what a blockage really is. It's a place in your, so we are our soul. Our soul is having a human experience. However, our humanness puts on these limitations of our soul. So there's that conflict within you, an internal conflict that you're feeling. So once you remove that blockage, you're then in an alignment of moving yourself towards what it is you want and desire in life.
You're giving out too many golden nuggets, so we got to stop for a minute, because I
Okay.
know if I was listening to this, I'd want to reach out to you. So can we do a shout out how people can get a hold of you?
Oh, absolutely. So you can find me on social media at Jodi Lemieux, but you can also find me at linktree.jodilemieux. And also, I am also a podcast host of the Spiritually Aligned CEO.
And I'm going to do something because I'm getting so excited about this. Jodi, can I do a favor?
Yes.
I want to send a gift to every person, or the first 5 people that reach out to you.
Okay.
So listeners, if you reach out to her and you mention this podcast, either my name or the name of the podcast or both, she's going to reach out to me and I'll get your contact. I'm going to mail you a gift. That's how much I'm going to put my money where my mouth is, because I think I reject that. I know what Jodi is doing is going to help you, or think about a friend, somebody that has this blockage that she can help. And they can reach out to you and do a discovery call, correct?
Oh,
Learn about Reiki.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Discovery call for sure. And I just want to highlight what you did there, Steve, because the listener and the people watching, you just flipped a belief. You said, I think, and then all of a sudden you said, I know. And that's what I become aware of. When people are speaking, you're actually sending out language of your beliefs. And you just flipped it in an instant. How quickly was that? We just witnessed Steve flip a belief.
Listeners, she just worked on me without even knowing it. Now you have to reach out to her, because if she can help me, she can help most people out there. And that's a compliment to me, because I'm willing to listen and learn. And you're absolutely right. In my head, I even think about it and I switched. Reiki, what are the misnomers that people may come to you that you can squash right now that, will keep people from calling you or reaching out to you?
That it doesn't work. A lot of people have this misbelief or disbelief that it doesn't work because it's virtual. They can't see it. Well, listen, there's wind blowing. Can you see wind? No, but it blows because the leaves on the trees move. So it's believing in the unbelief, the magic of it.
Yeah, I love the word magic. I'm a big magic guy anyways. Your podcast, let's talk about that a little bit. What's that about and how can they listen to you?
So the Spiritually Aligned CEO is found on all sorts of platforms. It's an audio version, and it's giving business and giving business and mindset a spiritual facelift.
I like that. Now it'll be in the show notes, everybody. So if you didn't get that, or go back and we'll listen to this a few times in the show, but we'll have all the information there so you can access that. You told me a story already about the lady with the girlfriend. You have another. I want to hear another story. Tell me another story. You've put somebody you work with. What was going on and how you solved that or fixed
sure.
it?
Yeah, absolutely. So a gentleman came to me with, just this really excitement in his life. However, he was finding that he had restless nights. And more specifically, he talked about, he had an event that occurred in his life that he wasn't happy with. And all he could fall asleep with was the thoughts of the negative event. And he wasn't able to switch his thinking. And it woke him up in the middle of the night. And then so the next day, he continued with those thoughts. And, he just carried himself differently. He just felt tired. He just felt fatigued. And he just couldn't get these thoughts to stop. And so with the Reiki session, we were able to get to a place where he was able to shift his thinking. And he actually told me he felt lighter. And again, he said it felt magical.
So when people hear that phrase, hey, Steve, you just seem different, that's what you're doing.
Oh, absolutely. You just seem different. You seem happier. What's changed?
Well, and I say taxes and death are 100% guarantee, or whatever that phrase. I always mess it up on the show. But the third thing is when you give, you're happier.
Oh,
the
absolutely.
person you're giving to is happy. That's 100%. It might be a few seconds, it might be a few hours, few minutes, few hours. It doesn't matter. When you serve somebody or help somebody and complete that task, it's always good. You've had Reiki yourself, so you've gone through it.
Yes.
What's that experience like?
It's Oh, it's life-changing. It really is. When you are in a place of receivership, because that's something we haven't really talked about, Steve. When you give, I've always been a giver, but when it comes time to receiving a gift, it sometimes for me can be awkward feeling. However, if I'm not in receivership of a gift, then I'm just repelling it. And I'm repelling it of that person, of their happiness, because they want to provide something for me. So it's giving and receiving. So that goes hand in hand. And when I received this Reiki, as you can see this beautiful portrait behind me, this is the image that the woman had when she was performing Reiki on me. And I just know that there's a mission, a vision for me to speak about spirituality and business. This energy that we talk about, I just am really excited about sharing with people, giving them language for what they're experiencing, because we're experiencing it. We're just not talking about it yet. And now we are.
Yeah, well, thank you. That's, and I love, like I tell coaches should have coaches or Reiki expert, Reiki, what do they call
Masters.
it? Reiki master. Thank you. See, I'm learning. Reiki master should have a Reiki master, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
So you could go through it. And for the people on the audio part of the podcast, it's a beautiful flower with you dancing, with peacock feathers coming out of your mouth, and you're speaking, and it says "see you." If you didn't get, if you listen to this podcast, go to my YouTube channel, because you've got to see the picture we talked about for 5 minutes before the show. It's just, it says so much. We're running out of time here, but I mean, I could talk to you. We could have that part two. Are you willing to do part two?
Oh, absolutely. I'd love to come back on.
Would definitely have you come back, because this is something unique. So when you meet with somebody and you start this process of Reiki, is there different levels of negativity in their life, or is it kind of all the same and then you fix it?
That's a very good question. Yes, yes. And to clarify, there's nothing that I'm fixing or that I'm doing. It's the energy that's doing the work. So it's just the identification of a certain area in the body that's experiencing the blockage. So it's releasing the blockage.
Okay, that's great, because that's was coming to my head as we're talking. Is, somebody might say, I'm going through a divorce and my business is dying, I can't stay focused, or that person has a headache. Both are situations, but there's a level of traumaticism. That's not even a word, but I made it up. That happens. But both those people you can work with. Oh,
absolutely. And for me, it's that next step, the one-to-one coaching. It's really not coaching. I'm really empowering people to step into their own power, really awakening within them what's already within them, but just guiding them, facilitating them on their own journey.
I like the empower word, because coaches, there's a ton of coaches, and it's a title, and it works for most people. But the empowering is I've got to, like when you coach people, I've got to do work. If I don't do it, everything you tell me doesn't work, right?
Correct. Yes. It's a responsibility and ownership.
Right. And that's the empowerment that you're teaching. And it stays longer for people when they're empowered, I would assume.
Oh, absolutely.
They own it more. Okay. All right. Wow. You're a fantastic guest. I am so pumped that you were on. I'm so glad we did this. We have run out of time. We're going to do part two. So audience, be prepared. Jodi, having a conversation, or what's the name of your Conversations with Jodi, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Part two will be happening here soon. So look out for that. But can I ask a favor?
Yes.
You've been so awesome. One more golden nugget. Can you help my audience with one tip that's helped you through your journey in this life?
Absolutely. We are all changing, but who are we becoming?